What is going on, MacIsLyfe Nation? It is your boy Mac once again. We got another video for y'all. This time, he is back. We got more Young Don, the Sauce God. And today we're going to be reacting to his video called My Worst Breakup Story. This is the part 1. So I'm just here waiting for part 2 whenever it comes out. I don't know. Every time I see a video with a part 1, it has to be a part 2 to it. If I don't find out what it is, then it's gonna get me thinking. You know what I'm saying? So thinking about well, you guys know what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna dive into this video. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on that bell so you know that I'm uploading. So without further ado, let's go.
I know I just said I'm sorry I ever doubted you, but it would just give me so much peace of mind if I saw your Skype messages. So then I was like, I am so fucked.
The Sauce God.
I'd like to thank today's sponsors, the mobile app, War Robots. A 6v6 strategic multiplayer game where you get to choose the robot that best matches your style of gameplay, where your goal is to either destroy all the robots on the opposite team, or you capture all the beacons / flags.
Like cool
This game has amazing HD graphics and has been downloaded over 90 million times. That's 30 million new people since they last sponsored me about a month ago. It's always been updated with new robots, mods, and maps. So use my link in the description down below and download the game today, which is the best way to support my channel. And also, you get an exclusive starter pack with one bull robot, which is known in the game for having a ton of health, which makes it very hard to kill, with an exclusive skin pack as well as a full set of weapons, 100 gold, and 400,000 silver. I am super grateful to War Robots. They've been sponsoring me for some time now and, has really helped me to grow my business. So, do me a favor and go ahead and try out the game. If you like mobile games, there's a good chance you like this one too. 90 million people can't be wrong. You remember high school relationships?
Yeah.
That is terrible. I mean, it was a great experience, 0 regrets, had a lot of fun, learned a lot of lessons, but for sure show. But I mean, how could it not be? I mean, grown middle-aged adults struggle to maintain healthy relationships. How is a 16-year-old boy with raging hormones and no life experience supposed to navigate the delicate and complicated matters of the heart? But that's what happens when you put hundreds of thousands of horny teenagers in a box for 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. And that's what happened to me. At 16 years old, I truly fell in love for the first time. And I had the stereotypical passionate, fiery, and drama-filled relationship that is all too common in high school. And like most of those relationships, it ended in a fucking inferno of pain and sorrow. So let's talk about that. I was 16 years old and it was the summer break between my junior and senior year. It was actually the first day of the SAT exams and I was standing outside of the testing center as we awaited for the test to begin. That was the first time I saw her. Taylor, or at least that's what we'll call her. She was this half Chinese, half Cuban girl, absolutely beautiful, with one of the biggest, brightest smiles I had ever seen. Instantly, I was in love with this girl. So I go over and introduce myself, and right away we hit it off. We talked for a little bit, exchanged numbers, and then before you know it, we were up all night texting and talking on the phone. All the signs of young love were in the air. Fast forward a couple months later, and your boy is in his first real, full-fledged relationship. And if I had to use one word to describe it, passionate. And we both leaned in pretty fucking hard. Like, we were meeting up between classes just to make out. I can't even tell you about the things we would do in just the most ridiculous places. In the back of movie theaters, hotel bathrooms, in the car line waiting to pick up her little brother from middle school. It was crazy. But it wasn't all sunshine and roses, my friends. Oh no. It was messy. I mean, the fighting, it was intense, and the rules we put on each other, absolutely ridiculous, and always grounded in immature jealousy. Like, we were the look at each other's text messages kind of couple. I mean, if I even saw another dude talking to Taylor for too long, I turned into a fucking caveman. Definitely not cool. And she didn't play games either, man. I remember this one time she had her girlfriend drop me home after school, and then she sent a string of text messages that went something like this.
Hey, thanks for dropping me, dog. You're the best.
But we really did love each other. I believe that. And although it was a
You love
roller
each
coaster
other.
and the lows,
I'll cut your
the
throat.
lows were low, the highs
I'll
were
cut
very
your throat.
high.
That's
but
what she said. That's
eventually,
what you
like all
said?
roller coasters must do, it came to an abrupt end. So one day, close to the end of senior year, Taylor was dropping me home after school when she turned to me and said, "Hey, let me see your phone." Now, by this time, this was a routine procedure,
No.
so I gladly handed her my phone because I thought I had nothing to hide. So she starts going through my phone, and first she goes to the text messages. So I'm like, "See, babe, you know I'm good to you." And then she's like, "Let me see your Facebook messages." So I showed her my Facebook messages. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Come on, babe, you know I'm not talking to any other girls." So then she's like, I know, I just
trying
want
to
to make
test you,
sure.
bruh.
Here, let me see your WhatsApp messages. So then I show her those, and then I'm like,
What?
"Okay, are you
What is
satisfied now?" I mean,
that?
there are literally no more things to check. So finally, she's like, "Okay, yes, there's nothing to see on your phone. I'm sorry I doubted you." So then I'm like, "Thank you. Damn, girl. I mean, come on. I love you, babe. I would never do anything to hurt you." So then she's like, I know. I love you too. You know, it's just... sometimes I think too much about it." So then I'm like, "It's okay, babe. I get it. Just don't worry about it, all right? Text me when you get home, okay? I'll see you tomorrow." And then right as I'm opening the door, she says, "Hey, you use Skype, right?" So then I'm like, yeah, what's up? I know, I just said I'm sorry I ever doubted you, but it would just give me so much peace of mind if I saw your Skype messages." So then I was like, I am so fucked.
Right?
So a little backstory. Now, I don't keep in touch with most of the people I went to school with in Jamaica. I don't use Facebook because it's stupid now, and I also wasn't that close with a lot of my friends back there to begin with. But there was like a handful of people that I still kept in touch with, two of which are girls. Now, one of them may or may not have technically been an ex-girlfriend, and the other one may or may not have been the girl I took to prom for high school in Jamaica. But it's not as bad as it sounds. The first girl, she was my girlfriend in like the 7th grade, okay? We were like 12. We didn't even kiss, so it wasn't like that. And the second girl, we were just friends. I mean, I shot my shot. Don't get me wrong, but also we were never intimate with each other. But we all stayed pretty close, so I would text these girls pretty often through Skype. But believe me when I say that the conversations were 100% innocent. These girls were just my friends. But I knew that if Taylor saw these enormous strings of text messages to these girls back in Jamaica, a place where I visit every year, she was gonna lose her regardless of whether or not the texts were out of pocket. And to be fair, I probably would have reacted the exact same way. So now she's getting suspicious because she could sense my hesitation. So she's like, "Don, show me your Skype." And I'm looking at her and I'm like, "Babe, come on. This is getting ridiculous. Well, why don't you trust me?" So then she's like, "I'm not trusting you because you're obviously hiding something. So show me your Skype." So now I'm sweating because I was pretty sure that if she saw these messages, she was never gonna speak to me again. So now I'm like, "Babe, please, let's just drop it." But baby girl wasn't having it, man. She was like, "Are you going to show me your messages or not?" Well, no. She was like, "Excuse me?" So then I was like, "I said, I'm scummy." So then she's like, "Don, if you don't show me your Skype messages right now, I am breaking up with you." So there I was, cornered with nowhere left to turn. I unlock my phone, pull up my Skype inbox, and I handed her the phone. So she takes the phone, looks at the messages, and I'm like, yeah, this relationship is over. Because there was no way she was gonna let this slide. So in a final effort to save my relationship, I was like, "Babe, it's not what you think it is. These are my friends. I wasn't trying to hide anything from you, but I know how you'd feel about this. I promise I'm not up to anything. Just read the text, see for yourself." But she just sat there in silence, furious. Eventually she turns to me and then she says, "Find out what happens next time because I didn't have enough time to animate the rest of this story. But spoiler alert, I will tell you, this isn't why we broke up." Oh no, the show is just getting started. It gets really bad from here.
Sauce is forever.
Got lost in the sauce.
Oh no. Now we gotta wait until part 2 drop. Yo, bro, again, bro, I will find an excuse. I would find an excuse to either go to the bathroom and delete all those texts. You know what I'm saying? But maybe, man, I don't know, man, because it's just a lot to, it's a lot to process. You know what I'm saying? When you got a girl, and then next thing you know, she looking through your phone, and then she find out you got text way back when from Jamaica, or wherever they originally from, wherever you were originally from, and then you just be talking and talking and talking, man. I know I got some friends that be talking to girls nonstop, and they stories is crazy too. And I'm not gonna get into that, but anyways, that'll be the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Stick around. Give this video a like if you want to see part 2 of this, or I'm gonna put the original video link down there so you can all wait for yourselves. But yeah, go and support Young Don. Yo, he's making some good content, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait for part 2, man. But yeah, other than that, catch y'all later.